Welcome back, fellow gregarious geeks and gamers, to what might be the third out of four, or maybe the last of the Pax Porfiriana series. Let me know if you've enjoyed this so far. I don't want to talk too much. I don't think I made any mistakes in the last round. I'm not 100% sure about when I used that orange card to throw some unrest on the other card. Um, that was the actual card that would give me gold whenever someone played an unrest, but I know that when it's under unrest, its effect doesn't work anymore. So I'm not sure if that was an error or not. In any case, I don't want to bore you with that. If you did notice that in the last one, if anyone points it out to me, I'll just make a note in the bottom of this video. But thank you so much for following along. Thank you so much for the reception of the first two videos. So without further ado, let's go ahead. I've had a bit of a think with this just sitting on my desk while I've been doing some work. I've been thinking this assassination might be nice to have as a way to kill off a partner, because those partners can actually end up being used for revolution, but I would award this as revolution. Now, in the rules, the official solo rules, it says that you count the total number of points plus the partners, but I assume that grudge points would count. I think that's really the intention. So I'm going to play like that anyway. If it makes things harder, it makes things harder. So as a way of getting rid of them, I'm maybe hoping they pull this partner, this blue partner, and then I can pull this like white and blue strife card, and then hope that the white cards get removed rather than the blue cards with the roll of the dice. This way, I get to get rid of all those white partners without having to award anything. But until then, let's take a look at what we can do. Um, hmm. Apparently my think wasn't very clear. Again, let's take a look at what I have in my hand. I have a way of producing unrest, and I have a revolution card that works once I get unrest on it. So these are something to do. Another thing to do is to clear the unrest from this card, because unlike this one, which eventually overthrows and awards revolution, this does not. This one's just income for me, and as long as there's unrest on it, I don't really want income. So I don't really want it to be under unrest. I want the income. So here's what we're going to do. There is a special rule when the government is under U.S. intervention. I've tried a third color for the green screen. Let's see if this one works any better. I highly doubt it. It's just too many colors in Pax Porfiriana. But you can see at the bottom there, it says during U.S. intervention, U.S. troops count. Basically, they can work in any of the three areas. So U.S. troops have jurisdiction in any district is the exact wording. But what that means is you can send U.S. troops to Chihuahuan enterprises, to Sonoran enterprises, or to U.S. enterprises. And the reason that's important is to get rid of these two unrest, I'd have to pay 3 times 2. So take 2 actions, pay 3 as a police action to remove this, and pay 3 to remove that. That would be most of my money and most of my turn. So rather than do that, what I'm going to do is a redeploy troop card. So you can see over there, number 5 is a redeploy troop card. And what that means is you can take a troop that's in any that you control and redeploy it to anywhere in its district. This is a U.S. troop. And since it's a U.S. troop and we're under U.S. intervention, I can deploy it anywhere, including Chihuahua. And as we said, when a troop first arrives, it clears unrest equal to the number of its strength. This is a strength 3 troop, so it can clear up to 3. So with a single action of redeploy, I've managed to clear all the unrest here, and I'll be able to make this income. So that's what I've done. Action 2 will be to play Minas Prietas? Prietas? I don't know. So that costs 6 to play. And I'll show you this card close up. Not that you need to see, but it's cost 6 to play. As you can see up here, it makes gold equal to the current gold level, which again is 3 for U.S. intervention. So good time to get it out. And then but it says that if the number of cubes on it are ever equal to the more than the number of unrest discs on it is more than the number of cubes on it, it basically becomes a revolution, and then you get to take this and add it to your grudge pile. So when we do this, we immediately get 3 on it, because U.S. intervention means mines produce 3. And the thing is, this other card I have in my hand is place unrest equal to your revolution points. Thing is, I have 4 revolution points. So if I did that immediately, I would gain the revolution. But I don't know if I want to hold off and, get the income for a round. I think I might. I'm really short on money. I'm just a bit worried he'll end up picking up Sonoran troops and sending them here. But I could still potentially play the unrest on it, assuming it's not some sort of special card. So I'll hold off, and then I'll just do a speculation action, a word I can never remember, for this last card. Again, the main thing I'm looking for here are ways to increase my revolution, decrease his revolution, and critically, I need something that changes the government to revolution to the point that when it comes out, I cannot risk him not having it. I cannot risk him having it and throwing it away. So I need to make sure I have the money to buy it when it comes out. So I'm going to take this and I'm just going to drop it on Pancho's coffee, and then let's see what happens at this point. So another thing is, with Pancho's coffee, he could assassinate my partner. So I don't want him to have this card. So yeah, I'll put it on this one. Oh wow, we're really 3 out of the 6 options at the top have tokens on it. But I kind of want to take this away from him. I just don't want to pay 16 for it. So that's the end of my turn. There's no headlines. We don't need to do anything. Then I make income, and this time I make 3, 6, 8, 10 income. Wow. What a day for me. What a day for all of us. All right, we're going to roll for his turn. Top row. 5. Of course, it's one of the ones I don't have, and it's a headline card. It does... Okay, so we will do this because the government is not Pax Porfiriana. And I remember the rule with him is with headline cards, you will only do the action if it changes the government back to Pax Porfiriana. And this one says, all pay 1 gold for each U.S. enterprise or else discard it. Then strife, then change the government to Pax Porfiriana. So that's how that works. We're going to do it. The actual headline says, Arizona statehood, we're in, says territorial government Sloan, moments before stepping down from office. Open elections for state governor to follow. So first, I have a U.S. enterprise. He does not. Wait, yeah, I have 1 U.S. enterprise. So I need to pay 1 gold to keep it. I will, because it generates 2 for me. So I'll hold on to that. And then we change the government to Pax Porfiriana. So now all the mines that were previously producing 3 are now producing 2. So they've all of a sudden become less efficient, and honestly, makes more sense for me now to overthrow this, now that it's not as, rich an area. And then there's strife between red and green. So you take a look and see, how do we have red and green partner and military cards? I have red and I have blue. That's it. So I have no strife, so I don't have to worry. He has white, and that's it. So he has no strife either. So this strife does nothing. But let's assume I had, I know there was a green card in here somewhere. Yeah, let's say I had this partner as well. Between red and green, I would have to pick which of all my greens or all my reds that I have to just get rid of. And same with him. And we would roll a dice to see which of the 2 he'd pick. So that's how that works. It's a bull. So we've broken the streak again. You see bear, bull. So we don't have to worry about a recession for the time being. Wow, that was just his top card. Let's roll the bottom. And that is an 8. And an 8 means another one. The government is already Pax Porfiriana, so he won't play anything. He'll just play for the status quo. So that's that. That's the end of Porfirio's turn. And then we're going to prep for the next one. We have Henry Ford and Cananea Consolidated, a Sonoran enterprise. Okay, so now that that's the case, and I know that this is worthless, I'm considering grabbing that revolution just to have it in pocket, because right now we're tied on revolution. It's 4 and 4, so I'm not in particularly good shape. But I might. It's still very expensive, and I need the money, so I'm gonna hold off on that. This would steal basically an income from me, not the end of the world. This would steal. There is no extorting troops, so again, not the end of the world. And I wouldn't mind him playing any of these on me because I gain a revolution. So even let's say I lose a revolution, if he does assassinate with this, I gain a revolution as a grudge point. So it's not the end of the world. So interesting. Oh, sorry, there was something I messed up. So when you move troops to somewhere else, you need to pay the transportation cost for moving them. So I moved them here. Oh my goodness, I moved them here, which means they had to come by foot, and the foot cost you can see is 8. And I don't want to go back and undo a million things, so I will take the hit. But that would have been a stupid move. Like it would have made more sense for me um, to uh, to upgrade this connection cube for 8. Maybe I don't know. I don't know how much longer this game's gonna go. But yeah, so now I really need money. So maybe I don't do that quite yet. I don't know. All right, it's just so many good decisions. That's what makes this game so good. Um, so I'm thinking da 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 da. What do I want to do? I want strife with white and blue, but he hasn't played any blue. I'm just gonna hope for a lot of money. So I'm gonna speculate 3 times. So I'm gonna speculate here. I'm gonna speculate here, and I'm gonna speculate here. So come on, I only have 1 cube left, so I'm gonna need him to pull speculation. That's the end of my turn. I'm hoping to make some money. No, nothing. Income 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I'll make some of that money back. So that's 5 and 3. I want to have like a good 20 in my pocket, maybe 24, in case I need to buy a card that's really expensive and then buy a topple card, or buy a card, play a topple card. Even more than that would be good. So I'm nowhere near what I have in mind, but I just can't risk, depending on the topple card that comes out. Not topple card, depending on the government change card that comes out, if there even is one. If there isn't, I'm screwed. I've put all my eggs in one basket. I don't think there's any way I catch up with him on Outrage unless there's a minor miracle. Um, but yeah, especially if it's some sort of headline card, he's not going to play it because he only plays headlines that change to packs. So, I'll really need to make sure I'm the one that picks that up. So let's roll the dice here for his turn. Top row, 6. All right, so I make $1. Jeez. And we'll deal with that in a second. And then we roll for the bottom row. Come on, big money. 4. God damn it. So it's a topple card. He plays it for its non-use side because the government's already Pax Porfiriana. So that's 2 out of our 4 topple cards have come out. That's 2 out of the 4 chances we have to win the game. They're gone. So that's the case. So now let's deal with this card here. It says it doesn't matter what it costs for him. He steals nothing with it. It says 0. But it says steal an extorting troop by swapping its cube for yours. So it looks for a target. So there you go. That's what it looks like. It looks for a target. There are no extorting troops. I'm wondering if it would steal the troop here, but no one's extorting. So it has no target here. It has no target here. And unfortunately, that means it gets thrown away because I would have loved for it to be played on me, because then I would have gained that revolution point, which would have been really nice. But I'm not actually extorting. If I'm wrong about that, I'll figure that out. But I'm not going to be able to figure that out unless I delve into some FAQs. So I'm just going to say there is no target here. There is no target here. So that's it. No headlines. We're going to move all the cards down and then draw 2 more. We have a bear card that turns the government to Pax Porfiriana, blue-red strife. And then we have another thing that awards revolution as a grudge point that steals a Mexican enterprise into your hand. Very interesting. Okay, so let's see what happens now. So what am I going to do? I still need to make money. So if I can keep holding off on causing this revolution, I will. But I don't really have anything else planned. I could use this to assassinate my person to turn this kind of like temporary revolution point into a permanent one that can't be taken away. But then I lose that ability of purchasing orange cards for free, which to be honest, I haven't done a whole lot of. This one is useless for me because I have 0 loyalty points, but it does place 3 unrest and awards a revolution. So it could be an additional revolution. You know what? I'll purchase that card for free. I don't get any money. Obviously, I don't pay myself because that would be insider trading. But I get it for free, and the reason is Mystic Teresa Rea gives it to me for free, so that's in my hand. And then let's keep stacking the deck till I get the cards I'm looking for. I'll do 2 more of this speculation. There's no troops, right? Troops might be good for me to have. This partner doesn't really help me. Yeah, we're going to stop there. We're stacking the deck. Let's hope we get at least one thing. All right. That's assassinate a partner, and cost to play is the cost of the partner. Okay, so this might be one we use to assassinate. I think that I like that a lot, actually, because it only gives him an outrage, and we're not fighting him on outrage. So I'm going to keep my eye on that and try to pick that up and let him pick that up if he'd like to. So we're going to roll now for top row. It's a 6. That's $1 more. Oh, I forgot income last turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I'll pay 2 and take 10. So here we go. So yep, he gave me 1 income by buying that card. I'm not gonna be too mad about it. So I'll take it, and he gets this Banana Men card, and we'll deal with that. It is a blue partner. So now that blue and white strife. Oh, I'm excited. All right. Exciting times. 6. So he's damn it. I guess we got a couple lucky rolls, so it's only fair that he gets a couple lucky rolls. So this card, which I had my eye on, which would have worked after he played this, is no longer useful. See, if I'd done that blue and white strife, he has white partners here, and then he would have had this blue partner here, and that would have made a lot of sense to then try to, see if he would side with the blue over the white. But in this case, because it's Pax Porfiriana, he's going to play it for status quo, and we're going to then play this blue card into his tableau. It's a partner. All his troops have firepower of 3 going forward, but it doesn't give him any prestige points. It's just a partner that's there. So, that happened. We had an instant of hope, and it was cruelly taken away from us. We have another tuple. So that's the tuple I want. See, every tuple, you'll see it says you can -1 from Diaz's something. So that last tuple that came out, it was, if it's martial law, -1 from his command. This one says if it's anarchy, -1 from his revolution. So that's the one I want. So if I hope a card comes out soon that lets us change the government. If not, we'll figure it out. This one says nationalize a U.S. enterprise and awards revolution. So again, I don't particularly mind if he plays this on me because I gain a revolution that way. I think we're entering the end game here for ourselves. Okay, so I'm going to change some of this money. So 5 and 5 to a 10 just to, I don't really have space here. And I'm so worried I'm going to knock everything over. It's another 5 for a 5. So I have like $21 right now. So, that's something. So what do we do now? What do we do? Well, I did say this card was good, but it would cost 8, which is a lot, to be very honest with you. I could play this as a straw man action to steal a Mexican enterprise into my hand and award myself a revolution point. But again, it also costs 8. Both these cards are good for me. I like them. This one's not the end of the world. I'd prefer him to play it. So, I think I'll gamble a little bit. I will. Can I expand any of my land? I have mines and a gun store. I still want to do at least one more turn where I get the maximum amount of money. That would be good. And I can't cause any strife for him at this moment. Yeah, sheesh. Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna. I'll speculate twice. I really don't want him to buy that card, so I'm not gonna tempt fate. And I kind of want that card. It's just so much. Fuck it. Oh, excuse my language. All right, and then for my third action, I will. What's two gonna make a difference? Let me just play this card. I don't want to again think too long. Let's play this card. So this one, Mordida, again, Creel tax increases. It costs 0 to play. That's that over there. It costs you steal X amount, X being the number of loyalty points. I have 0, but it doesn't matter. You can't steal from yourself. But then it says 3 unrest, and I'm going to play that onto Minas Pretas. So that's going to place 3 unrest on it. And when that happens, first of all, I award this to myself as a grudge point. So I gain 1, but you saw that jailed thing on it. I'm jailed again. This is the second time they put me in prison. But then this now has more unrest on it than it does have cubes, as it says over there. If that's the case, there's a revolution, and I gain this as a grudge point. So it's again going to double jail me. So I'm going to get. So I actually have quite a few revolution points now. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So I'm at 6 at the moment. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Great. I'm happy with that. But yeah, he's still at 4 and he can gain 2 more. So unless we can use this, which gives him -1, he's already pretty close. I kind of want at least 1 more just to feel safe. And again, we need the government to change. Otherwise it doesn't matter. So I should have gained $2 because I played an orange card and my gun store is still valid and says receive 2 gold from the pool for every orange card played by a player. So that's the end of my turn. Those 3 actions, I believe. There's no headlines, nothing to move. Gain income, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's 6. And then we will roll for Porfirio. Please, not a 2. Please, or a 12. It's a 6. So he's going to gain this mine. And then he's going to roll for the bottom row. 8, which is this one. And he's going to pull that. So that first card is an enterprise. It has no prestige token on it, icon on it, so it gets discarded. Mormon Lumber. Replace an opponent's connection cube with one of your color. As a matter of fact, he does have a target. So he's going to do that. He steals 0. You can see from that, but it does cost him X, which doesn't matter. He has infinite money. The cost would have been 4 if he was a regular player because it's the number of his revolution points. 2 action, unless it's the Pax regime, it doesn't matter for him because we're not counting his actions. So he's going to replace one of my cubes with one of his. So now I'm going to make 1 less income per turn, and he's done that, and there is no grudge point awarded. That's annoying. Okay, that's the end of his turn. No headlines. Let's bring everything down. Oh, yes. Okay. So this is all that's left of the deck, which is maybe less than about a quarter of the deck. Less than a quarter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. There's 20 out of 70. So whatever that is. I don't know my chances that in the first 50 cards, only 1 card came out to change I need to buy this card. I need to buy it. Is there something I can play it on? Yes, Chihuahua. But first I'll have to move my troops somewhere else, which I can. I can do that. Okay. So that's kind of my plan. I'm gonna do that. And if I have enough money, I can go for the topple there. But And then we have a gun store. Who cares? Okay. So let's see how much I can put together. I think action 1 should be 16. That's 10. That's 5. That's 1. So that's 10, 5, 1. I pay 16. And I grab this into my hand. That's action 1. So I need to play this into Chihuahua. So I need to move this guy into a U.S. enterprise. So that's what we'll do. We'll redeploy troops. So my U.S. troops over here are going to be redeployed to the gun store. Doesn't change anything. But it opens up Chihuahua. So I've done that. But I do need to pay the cost of the donkey. So that's going to cost... Oh, you know what? I won't do that. I will just discard my troops. I will sell a card. How about that? Sell hand or tableau card. So that's, you can see action number 4 over there. I will sell that troop card. And the current market is 3. So I'll sell these awesome troops as they have been for $3. So I'll grab 3, place those here. And then now for my third action, I will play, oh, but then he might still take that card. But if I grab it now, I have to gamble it. There's no choice. There's no choice in the matter. I need to gamble that he does not roll a 3 or an 11 on the first roll. All right. We'll play the rebel troops. They have to be played in Chihuahua. When first played, change the government to anarchy, and it awards me a revolution point. So we're going to place it onto our Chihuahuan mine. We're going to have 7 revolution. Oh, I need to pay the cost for them to get here, which is 3. So I'll pay 3. And the reason it's 3, again, if you remember, is we need to look at the transportation cost, which is by foot. And if you remember, I haven't upgraded that, so it's by foot. So paid the 3, gained the revolution. I should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 revolution. I do. And that was my 3 actions. And the government has now changed to anarchy. And in this anarchy over here, you'll see mines go down to 1. So, but it also says all troops have jurisdiction in any district. So that's fun. Oh, man. All right. So we're now in that. And so we're going to reduce our income and our gold mine. And that's the only gold mine. That's down to 1. But this one also goes down to 1 because this bank here is based on the economy, which is down to 1 as well. It should have been up to 3 when it was Pax Porfiriana, but it didn't matter, so I'm not going to bother too much. All right, so now really what we're hoping for is that he doesn't roll a 3 or an 11, because that would really ruin this game for us. But then I need to get my income, which is now only $4. Here's 1, here's 5. I mean, I have enough. I have what I need. I did 3 actions last turn and I was imprisoned. Oh, no. Okay, how do we undo this? Pull this back into our hand. We couldn't have played it. That cost 3. The government should still be Pax Porfiriana, which means this is at 3 and this is at 2. Oh, sorry, 2. So I should have made 1 more in income. And then that was my 2 actions. And then I'll stop there. And then next turn I will. So yeah, my 2 actions were to buy this card and to sell that card. So I'm just hoping things stay pretty stable so that next turn, and then my revolution's done by 1. Next turn I can play these guys and topple. That's what I'm hoping here. Oh yeah, I mean with 2 actions that's fine. I don't need to be free. So, all right, let's see what he rolls. Really don't want a 3 or 11 here. 5. Okay, I get $2 for that because he picked this card, and it changes the government back to Pax Porfiriana. So honestly, kind of got saved there for a second, because that would have been bad if I switched it to anarchy and then he grabbed that. So he's going to play it on its bear side. And then I don't care what he pulls. Well, I think I don't care on the bottom row. That's a 4. So that'll be this card. That'll give me $4. The speculating business is great. Here's 1. I'll take 5. Gonna end this just really rich. So he's gonna play this. It says steal a Mexican enterprise into your hand. Oh no. First of all, he steals $1, right? So he steals $1. He does that. So you can see he steals $1. Usually you'd have to pay that cost, but again, he doesn't pay. So then he steals $1, which we just did. And then it says over here, steal a Mexican enterprise. He's going to aim. I'm so sorry. I just knocked over the camera. So I hope everything's still in view. So like I said, he's now going to steal that Mexican enterprise and take it into his hand. There's only one Mexican enterprise I have, so he will steal that. And that will now go into his hand, which is the discard pile. But he does award me a revolution point. So I'm not really mad about that, because now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 7 revolution points, which is enough. And it's not the end of the world, because I can... Oh no, I need to buy a Chihuahuan enterprise. Oh my god, it's all so awful. Oh no. There are no Chihuahuan enterprises anywhere. Oh god, what's gonna happen now? All right, let's find out, I guess. That might have screwed me out of the game there. I'm in a bad way here. I'm in a bad way. Okay, so a Chihuahuan enterprise. I could get that, play it. Okay. But then I'm really risking that he steals this card, and I really don't want him to. I guess I could wait for the other topple card, but again, I really don't want to. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to buy that for 16. 3, 4, there's 16. I'm going to buy this Mexican enterprise into my hand. Action 2, I'm going to do a police action and pay 3 to remove myself from prison. So I gain 1 more action. And with that 1 action, I will play this Chihuahuan enterprise for 3. So I paid 5, I'll take 2 back. And it starts with an income of 1. And there it is. So that's what we've done. And now we're just hoping he doesn't grab this. Because if he doesn't, I can still win the game with that topple card. I could still win the game with the other topple card. It'll just be harder, and God knows what's going to happen before that happens. So this is Emiliano Zapata. Let's see. It's now... Oh, I got to get income. 1, 2. Boy, I'm so rich. 3, 4. I'll pay 1 and take a 5. All right. Oh my goodness. That's a 7. Oh, I'm so lucky. Okay. He grabbed this loyalty card, and then he rolls for the bottom row. It's a 4. He's going to grab this and pay me $4. I'll again take 5 and pay 1. So yeah, let's go through them. This one is a Lord Cowdray partner. It's a loyalty. Only a 1 prestige cube on all your loyalty points in play in any regime. So basically I have no chance against them in loyalty. Luckily, I'm not going for it. Let's just put a nice infinite symbol right there on his his loyalty position. And this one, he's going to steal $1 from me, because you see it says steal 1. And it says nationalize a U.S. enterprise. There is a U.S. enterprise that he can nationalize, so he will do that. And he'll play. So these will go away. He will take this. It'll go away. And this card will get awarded to me as a revolution point, as a grudge point, but I get jailed again. I've spent this whole game in jail. But I'm at 8 revolution at this point. So I'm feeling pretty good. We can start marking. All right, 7. Oh, that's actually my money. So I'll grab this. 7 plus 1. 8. I'll just double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So yeah, we're doing all right. All right. Nothing, no headline card. Nice and cheap topple card. I just need to play this card and then the topple, and then I win. I'm going to pay to unjail myself because I don't want to be in jail. So that's going to cost me 3 in Pax. So that's 2 back. Scheiße. Okay. There we go. That was my first action. And then my second action will be to play rebel troops onto a Chihuahuan enterprise, which I happen to have. It will then change the government to anarchy. So we will then switch the government to anarchy. And we have to pay 1 to get there by donkey. So we will. We play it here. And now we have 8 revolution points. Or, sorry, 9. 9 revolution points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And I'm no longer jailed, right? I paid for that. Okay. So this is my hand. I don't care about it. I'm going to buy this card. I'm going to buy the topple card. $2. Topple card comes up, and it's a headline card, so you play it immediately when you get it. Diaz announces Mexico ready for democracy. Topple. And then it says -1 from the Diaz revolution. So let's take a look at the full count. And it says if the regime is anarchy, -1 from the Diaz revolution. So let's go ahead and -1 now so we know it's there. He started with 4. He doesn't have any grudge or things on it, so he went down to 1. So when we look at topple, we check the back of the current government, and it says here, free election. Win if your revolution is more than the tripartite revolution. The tripartite in a multiplayer game is Porfirio Diaz has X amount plus the lowest, the revolution of the lowest 2 other players that have revolution. So you're basically fighting the 2 weakest revolution plus a standard amount for Porfirio Diaz. But in the solo game, what you do is you count their total revolution points plus any partners. Their partners only give him loyalty, so they don't count. However, I did say that what we're going to be doing is both these cards say on them, during toppling, ballot stuffing, discard to add 1 to Diaz revolution. See, that one says it, and that one says it. So he will discard both of these to pump his revolution up to 5. So basically we need 6 revolution or higher to win. We have 9 revolution, and that means Mexico has free elections. We've created an anarchical system. There's revolution. I've caused multiple slave revolts, and Porfirio Diaz has been overthrown, and we will have a new leader to take us into this 20th century, which I'm sure will be great, and no world wars will happen, and everything will be great. And nobody will drop a nuclear bomb on anyone else. It's gonna be great. I have a good feeling about the 20th century. And there you go. That's been the playthrough of Pax Porfiriana. We were lucky to come through this with a win. There were a couple of really scary moments and a couple of times you could have taken this away from us, but we did it, ladies and gentlemen. We did it, and we've won the game. And I hope you've enjoyed this tabletop session. And please let me know your thoughts on this playthrough series. Please let me just comment down below if I made any major mistakes that should have lost me the game instead. And, just let me know what you'd like me to play next. I played a couple of, I've been thinking about playing some coin games. I've been thinking about doing a solo Cuba Libre to start things off because I played it recently, so it's fresh in my head. And then maybe doing some other packs, some other coin games. I have Fire in the Lake. I have Falling Sky, Liberty or Death, and I have Pax Renaissance, Pax Premier, and Pax Viking, and Pax Hispanica. So anything you're looking for, I could do that. I could also do a game like Nemo's War or something simpler like I have Black Sonata. I thought that might be a nice one to do. So just let me know your thoughts, or if there's anything maybe I can buy. I always need a good excuse, and I'm always looking for a good excuse to buy another game that I that I want to add to my already overstuffed shelves. But thank you so much for watching, and until next time, like my favorite author always says, God damn it, you've got to be kind. Say bye, Ipo.